Hello. All right. Welcome. Welcome, one and all. We are doing a bit of a triple streaming right now. In fact, we're streaming here live on YouTube. We've also got TikTok on my channel at 108 Healing Senses. And then we've also got Laura. Are you doing Instagram?
I'm doing Instagram, Starseed Lø Lø Music. Yeah.
There you go. So you can also catch us there as well. So multi-platform. How cool. So if you haven't already found our show before, but you are interested in insights from your higher self, from higher realms, higher frequencies, levels of consciousness, this is the space where we are connecting. So I will, I suppose, be the interviewer, but also the observer from this state. And Laura, Starseed Lø Lø, she will be channeling, so she'll be connecting. Did you want to explain just a little bit of that before we continue?
Yes, so the channeling is a different version or different perspective of the higher self. And if it's something that resonates with you, it's actually your higher self. And it's something that in the moment is something that you should have heard, because there are no coincidences, right? So that's really pretty much what it is. Most of the time it likes to come through as my higher self, as normally an extraterrestrial, as being a starseed, which, you know, if you're questioning, am I a starseed? What am I? Who am I? Where am I from? Then you likely are. And that's really the gist of it.
Yeah, totally agree. There's always that. I remember having a quiz and I didn't get Palladian, and it made me feel a bit sad. And I was like, why do I even feel sad? And then, and then I did heard somewhere else, and they had said something similar, like, oh, if you've ever wanted to be, or you know, you felt like you resonated with them. I just thought that was a bit funny, because actually every single one of us, especially if you're tuning in, you will have multi-dimensional lives going on right now. So time, past, present, future, quantum physics is all relative and all actually happening at once. But how we experience it is linearly, on mostly. But then when you start doing this higher work and connecting to your higher self, you're able to kind of burst through time and space to get real pure answers, which is really useful and interesting, especially during times that may seem challenging or just absolute imbalance in the world, and very distracting as well. If you find yourself being distracted by other people's drama, whether it's a person that you know, or even just someone that's on the news, you know, whatever it might be, is we all, I feel every single one of us deep down wants to feel the level of peace, connection, and meaning in the world. So this is the space for that as well. Answer those kinds of questions. So, Laura, yeah, is there anything else you'd like to share before you'd like to connect?
I'm ready.
Brilliant. So do your protocols for connecting it.
Okay. So normally I just do a quick sound healing. I like tuning forks. It can really be anything, and then that just gets me into the zone. That's like a ping to wake up the higher self a little bit. So just give me a moment here. We are the Orion Collective.
Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome. We are glad to be in the presence of you and the other humans in this dimension.
That's really lovely to hear. Thank you. So today, there was obviously a reason why you wanted to come through and speak with us through this channel that can reach more human ears on Earth. Was there a particular message or messages that you would like to share with us today that could help humanity?
Yes, we could speak for hours and hours of your perceived time because it is a moment for us, and a blink of an eye can be 10 hours for you. However, we are asking that this channel speaks everything that we say and does not hold back. Therefore, if she sounds a little monotone, the energy is a little different, being a collective, mostly out of the Orion energy. And we would love for humanity to know that you are not alone. All of us are with you. And just because you cannot see us per se in the lower fourth density, lower fourth astral planes. Oops, she dropped something. Does not mean that we are not there. Does not mean that we are not with you, and does not mean that our energy is not yours and yours is not ours. Have you ever had an inkling that you were being watched and you looked over and there was nobody or nothing there?
Yes, fairly frequently.
It's another version of you, another version of you, another version of you in infinity. You are able to feel it because it is another version of you, and it's all connected as one essence in a different perspective, much like a droplet in an infinite ocean.
It's almost like fractal reflections of ourselves. We are one fractal, which is a multi-dimensional structure. That was the feeling, that was the sense.
Yes, it is. Fractal geometry is one of the channel's favorite things to discuss, not only because she chose to be an accountant in this lifetime, just a few years prior for about 20 years, but her love of math stems from being a creator being and being a designer of realities, just as you all are. Her veil has thinned out as her frequency has changed in an upwards motion. Therefore, when your frequency goes higher, you unlock a vault of goodies, so to speak.
I love that symbol. I can see it and feel it in my heart and my mind's eye. And I'm sure those are the types of goodies that do begin to activate as well.
Yes. And if you're wondering, or the audience is wondering, is it a test? Yes, every moment is a test of sorts. However, not as you are used to. It's not like sitting in a school on a hard desk in 1859 and using a chalk and a pencil to write your verses 100 times so the teacher is happy. That's not the kind of test we're speaking of. We're speaking of your higher self interacting and giving you impulses and feelings and the direction of your path, which is where your passion is, and your feel-good feelings, your positive thoughts and beliefs are the direction that is you. Why? Because it is you. That is why. And that is your only purpose, really, is to be you, to experience as a fractal, a direct fractal. And this is how, such as shown as in quantum entanglement, which is actually not really quantum entanglement, it's just creation, that you can feel an impulse of your spouse or your twin or your friend on quote unquote 5,000 miles away and know that they might be in pain or they might be happy or something is going on, and we are all one. And in the highest frequency of love is easiest, in the highest frequency of love, to feel those others and what's going on with them as yourself, because the fractalization is even closer, so to speak, than someone who would be a stranger, so to speak. Does this make sense?
Yes, absolutely. That connection, especially for those that you love, is that strengthened telepathy. That's what I'm hearing and sensing as well. Even in my own world, and I know we've mentioned this before as well, but I feel like that veil, that thinness, is becoming easier to connect at a higher level, not just having to pick up the phone. There's that deep heart connection that's really switching on for lots of people now, which is beautiful.
It is a thing of beauty to be one in not only actuality, because you are one in actuality and have never left source, and our source, heaven, and experience as itself in multiple infinite fractals. It is also beautiful to experience in the physicality, unity, consciousness, as you have mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
Some are afraid of a hive mind mentality. With a high frequency, even in a hive mind mentality and unity consciousness, there is no pain, there is no sorrow, there is no war, there is no famine, because of the unity is so strong in a high frequency. Therefore, the choice to experience those things are not made generally in the higher fourth, lower fifth dimension. However, this is not hard and fast rule, as every version of Gaia Earth is different. And this version is actually toward the higher end of the spectrum, believe it or not, as Bashar has said recently, because we would not be communicating with you if there was no point to, and if there were no ears listening in the ether of this version of Gaia.
Thank you for sharing that. I was feeling how we, as a collective, individually and also as a collective, are experiencing that the evolution from polarization and division. And really, I see it as those that truly do want peace for themselves, for their families, for the world. Those are the ones that will be able to find their way through with more grace, because they want to leave the things that hurt them behind and not create more trauma, more drama in the world. They want to leave it a better place than when they found it. So, and that is the traveling from the division and the rejection and all of that, coming back into unity, coming back into we actually care about each other and ourselves.
This is true. And we envision a cell doing mitosis and splitting itself. And in the mitosis, it's copying itself over and over and over again. How is it able to do this? Because it is quote unquote made from the same stuff, from a very small microcosm of atoms to the macrocosm of whole universes. It is made of the same stuff. You can even say stardust to stardust. She has one of her songs about reincarnation, although it's all here and now. and only the present moment. Instead of ashes to ashes, she likes stardust to stardust, because we are all stardust. And that is a beautiful way to see energy. A star is almost a perfect way to be able to see energy, because it does have the duality of a black hole, which has actually been proven in your modern day physics that a star has a black hole. Therefore, it's perfect balance because it has the black hole portal, and it also has the duality of the star light itself. Therefore, you wonder sometimes, what am I? Energy. You are all energy. We are all energy. You do not need a body, physical experience to be energy. However, you are in multiple and infinite realities and forms and colors and shapes and frequency, even as a sound, even as a color. Everything you experience is you. Nothing more, nothing less. It just says there is no good, there is no bad, only fractalized, infinite experiences in the universe of universes. It is everything and it is nothing at the same time. That is actually the real duality, not the good and bad. Not even the dark matter or the antimatter and the matter, because there are really, in actuality, no solid particles per se, just potential energy and perceived perspectives.
With different will and intent.
Yes, and the thing that we were telling her about beauty that she picked up on, because she has a younger face than most people think, and she is almost 44, and she's recently been carded a few times and really can't believe it. And we've told her, because you live in the present moment primarily, and when you live in the present moment, you're not thinking of existences that do not exist, such as the past and the future. Therefore, when your focus is in the present moment, even your physical portrayal of your body, which you choose on a higher, highest level, from the oversoul on up to source itself, will look, quote unquote, much younger than you are.
Love that. That playfulness that keeps us close to that childlike innocence and being present is the closest thing to source. So that makes complete sense, what you've just said.
Yes, it's a inner knowing, inner coherence, almost like you are a star walking around as a portal, and it is your choice what kind of star you would like to be. Would you like to be a gamma ray burst of a star that is dying but being reborn, and your experience in that theme in that moment will be being reborn? Would you like to be a dying star, which is a black hole imploding on itself in self-destruction mode? Would you like to be a red dwarf or a yellow star, such as your sun, which is in the prime of its life? It is your choice how you would like to shine in your own universe as your own portal. Your version of Earth is different than her version of Earth and different than our version of Earth because of the perspective points. Yes, that means there's unlimited amounts of Earths or Gaias walking around. Based on your perspective, you shift in Planck nanoseconds that cannot even be measured. However, you have the choice if you would like to shift in a preferred environment. Therefore, even if something quote unquote bad happens, your frequency had to match it at the time. And everything has a purpose. Therefore, even when a quote unquote negative event, perceived negative event happens, we say perceived because there really is no negative, because everything is source, even negative and positive, and everything in between, or 50 shades of gray, as they say in that book. It is your choice. It is your choice in the moment how you would like to experience your reality. Therefore, if you shift to a reality which you do not prefer, you need to immediately, and we just say this as a suggestion. It is up to you, of course, the source energy being. You should rather immediately raise your frequency as high as you can, and everybody and everything is fine. There's no such thing as what they call death, because energy can neither be, as Einstein says, created nor destroyed. Half of the equation is correct, the other half is not. Energy can be created only by source itself, and it's actually potential energy because there is no physicality. Energy cannot be destroyed, however, because it just is.
So, now we're getting a little existential with potential energy is truly infinite.
Yes.
So, no need to fear. all the small things or large things that you think are a massive concern to you in your right here, right now moment. And I'm saying this as a reflection on the grander, bigger scheme of things of the universe being infinite potential, which is infinite. And if you do the as above, so below, that also means that individually we all have infinite potential, infinitely.
That is right. And that is 100%, 200%, 1,000%, infinite percent correct.
So what individually, what we are all focusing our attention on, if it is not what you want more of, then we must all learn to change the dial of our attention and change our focus. And also, I come to the point, this is what's been coming to me recently about everyone having an individual experience, and you will only get out of a situation what you put into it. Even within yourself, even if everything around you is a chaotic mess, but you choose to always create harmony and balance within yourself, so the world around you stops impacting you at such a sensitive level. Like, I feel like those are the times, as well as so that the inner strength, as well as the discernment as to what is true and what is not, including beauty. I wonder if any of that, what I've just said to you and shared with you, the Orion Collective, resonates with anything you were intending to say.
It always connects because we are connected, therefore it cannot be disconnected or disjointed. However, we will not be smartasses, and we apologize for that. We will just answer as the collective is. Orion is also known for the Orion Wars. A lot of starseeds and the lot speak of these Orion Wars. These Orion Wars in perceived time did happen millions of years ago. However, a lot of those humanoids and insectoid races have evolved multiple dimensions in the actual reality spectrum of colors, sound, frequencies. Therefore, it is like a distant memory in an old movie that is just being replayed, because one thing that is a thing of beauty, which we love to watch and be humanity blossoming like flowers, is the energy of Orion is in you, such as other parts of the universe are, and other realities are, and parallel dimensions that almost look like a carbon copy of yourself right now. You normally experience these in form of dreams in sleep time. Sometimes you will feel them and even see them and experience them in awake time. However, most humans in this version of Gaia 2.0 experience astral. They say astral travel. You do not travel anywhere. Everything is here and now. This is a body within the spirit, not a spirit within the body situation. Therefore, you are only having discussions with yourself like one grand scale game of hide and seek. You are playing a grand scale game of hide and seek with yourself. And in your realities, you are actually channeling source as a different fractal perspective point, which is amazing.
Thank you for sharing that. That is, it's all been very rich. It feels enriching, everything that's been shared today. I wanted to ask, obviously with everything that's happening right now in the world, there is lots of things going on. Is there anything that you would like to comment or guide people that you had with any of your messages today?
Yes. You brought this up a few moments ago. Focus on the things you do want, the people you want in your life, the reality you prefer, and you will make this quantum leap or jump to the reality which you prefer. Devastatingly seeming things such as bankruptcy, loss and physicality of a family member, which is not lost because no energy can ever quote unquote die. However, we understand that a lot of humans fear death, and we don't often really even call it that. That's a humanized term. It is actually being a shapeshifter, just as water can shape from a solid to a liquid to a gas. So can you. You make the choice, but when you enter and exit this dimensional reality space plane, and it is only up to you and your soul fractal, no one else. Therefore, there should not be a stigma, quote unquote, fear attached to going to the other side, because you can actually have stronger relationships with your family and friends on the other side than in quote unquote real physicality. And if you would wish for them to visit you and speak with you, they can easily do so in the dream time astral within, because you are them and they are you. Therefore, if you have something important to tell them, speak it out loud, telepathically tell them in dream time. Not only will they hear you, they will normally visit, because they are a fractal of you, or they would not be within your soul family experience in your lifetime. It's almost as if you are planet Earth and these are planets or moons as satellites around you, like balls in the air, and you get to select which balls to take down in the moment.
Thank you. That was a very visual way of, I suppose, seeing energy and consciousness and decision making and choice, ultimately.
We thank you for your gift of humanity to let collectives such as ourselves come through, because we understand that this is very odd to some people, and we do not care, because it is all love, it is all energy, and we do not judge. Therefore, if they would like to do the same or not do the same, or prefer or not prefer it, that is their choice. If the energy comes through, then the energy is needed to come through for a reason. For anyone who hears it, anyone who sees it, even if they quote unquote watch your video for 2 seconds, they have still absorbed the information, as humans call downloads.
Love that. And how can watching this, even if it was for however long period of time, what will these download, these keys and codes that of frequencies and information that's coming through, how will it change people at an individual state? Could you, are you allowed to share that?
Yes. If the soul fractal chooses to have the download, then they are also making a choice to have multiple opportunities to raise their frequency. One of the ways that can happen is trauma or injuries, that sort of thing, accidents, because your potential of growth is much higher in those quote unquote dark night of the soul moments. Therefore, they will be giving themselves more and more opportunities, even more than they would have had if they choose that path.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yes. Choose your highest path wherever you go. It's at least that wisdom has brought myself peace, and I practice it daily. Sometimes moment to moment. And yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, just pick yourself up, even if you have like a down moment, or you get really irritated and have a short fuse, which I have had a little bit lately. Be caring and compassionate to yourself. Ask yourself, am I hungry? Am I tired? am I holding back something from someone when really something needs to be said, whatever it might be. But learning to regulate ourselves helps us to make better choices as well. So that's another humanly way we can apply and make better choices.
Yes, absolutely. Being well rested is very important. You can actually live 72 hours without water. Generally, most people, especially elderly, immunocompromised, and children and babies, cannot live 72 hours without sleep.
So you have to be in a very balanced, healthy state to do some more intense fasting or different types of practices as well.
Yes, keeping your frequency high as well as keeping your body clear and clean and as rested and healthy as you possibly can gives you the best chance to be in the best reality, actually, because as you said, you will be in a better mood if you give yourself those creature comforts, even if just sitting a moment for 5 minutes to yourself, or just thinking or reading, or being in nature a little bit, whatever you like to do. It can even just be watching the TV. If something relaxes you and you need your alone time, or you need your time with your spouse, or whatever you enjoy, do what you love and enjoy. And just like you said, it should actually be moment to moment. This should not just be, let's take a break for 5 minutes for myself, as we've aforementioned. It should actually be moment to moment, where you are in your highest version of love and creation and passion. And as long as you keep choosing that moment to moment, your reality and the endless things that can happen and endless dreams that can come true are infinite. Don't limit yourself. You actually limit yourself when you have a hard and fast way of seeing things, and things that how they have to be, or how they have to say, or how they have to speak, or how people have to treat you. They are individual fractals and have their own paths. They are how they are. They show you their face, believe them. You cannot put a square peg in a round hole, so to speak, with others or even with yourself. Therefore, if you live in harmony with yourself, you live in harmony with the universe.
The words "bravo, bravo" was coming into my head. It's so well said. Thank you so much. I know we're coming up. We're at 45 minutes now. Is there anything else that you would like to share before Laura can come back?
Just keep doing what you're doing, and we're watching. We are a part of you. We are a piece of you. We feel you. We hear you. We are helping you to unlock doors. Remember, unlocking those little vaults, unlocking those doors at higher levels, because the universe is raising in frequency, and you are in a version of Earth 2.0 that is actually a lower fourth dimension. There are actually infinite amounts of Earths and Gaias that are actually even in the second dimension and lower third dimension. Therefore, this version is your version, and lower fourth is like a baby that's learning to walk. and grow big and beautiful and strong and blossoming like a flower, not at a rapid pace, however, at a good steady pace. And, slow and steady wins the race. So keep your vibes high and you will see the change in the world you want to be.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Orion Collective. We really deeply appreciate and honor you coming through today and sharing your wisdom and your love for everyone watching and humanity. I mean, it's wonderful. So thank you so much. I know everyone appreciates it. And Laura, are you ready to return to your body?
Yes.
Would you like me to count you back?
Yes.
Okay, so 5 and 4, you're beginning to come back into your body. 3 and 2, you're beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes, tapping, just feeling yourself really coming back into your body. And number 1, you're opening your eyes, feeling refreshed and energized and grounded and in your body.
Hi.
Hi. If you have some water, have some water. This is
Yes.
really good practice for anyone that does any meditation. Ground yourself. Also do your grounding and protection before you do any channeling. You have your protocols. And then also when you come back, water is a really great way to ground you in your body, and eating a bit of food as well is a good one.
I agree. I'm going to go do that right after. So, and thank you, Jennifer. Your questions are just beautiful. And I feel like I was speaking quickly, but I was getting a lot of information very quickly. So I'm sorry if it was very fast.
No, it was actually perfect pace, and it was all. I felt very connected to the information that was coming through. So I suppose it's like a knowledgeable soup, but it was a beautiful experience. And first time doing it on TikTok. How did it go? Please message if you like it. Fantastic. Remember to connect to us if you like what you're hearing and you want more of this. Just guidance from the heart, real guidance from the heart. No fear. There's no fear promoted here. It is purely love, and to be your better selves in every moment that you can. So be sure to subscribe to Starseed Lø Lø music, and you're on you're everywhere, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on every social platform, but my main website is starseedlolo.com.
Beautiful. And do you have any things that you'd like to share before? I know everyone likes to hop off, but sometimes it's nice to, if you like this, there might be something more for you. So is there anything that you'd like to share with those listening?
Yes, tomorrow on February 13th, my music album is being released, and that will be on starseedlolo.com.
Hey, congratulations. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, I look forward to listening to it. I've been hearing some of your snippets on your social media, and you are so creative, like proper Starseed creative, like very cosmic. I love it. It's beautiful, and you're very unique as well. So I highly recommend everyone go and check out Starseed Lø Lø music. And,
thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah, pleasure. And for me, you can 108 Healing Senses on most channels. You'll find me there. And actually, just after this, we have this back to back with the private membership, which is Botanical Sanctuary Circle, where I run it, and Laura comes as well, and I discuss the things that I've been noticing within myself, within others, and then also the wisdom and information that I'm receiving from nature. By day, I'm also gardening, as well as a future vision guide, being able to take people past, present, future, and help them restructure and strategize their life and their businesses as well. So that's what I do on there, other than this. But yeah, be sure to subscribe to our channels, and stay in contact, because we're in this together. Let's make the best that we can in this world, and just live it with the most joy and love and connection in our hearts. Everything we've been chatting about, basically.
And I love learning about the essential oils and the plants with you, because I know little to nothing in this iteration of myself. So I appreciate it, Jennifer.
Pleasure. Well, I've got quite a few years experience researching as well as applying and blending and making bespoke blends as well. So yeah, every month we have oil of the month and give you ideas on how to use it, what it's good for as well. Have to be a little bit careful on channels about what you say about things to do with this thing that we all have. So it's a space where we can speak openly and honestly about what is beneficial for you, and to help ourselves and our families go through whatever we're going through. So plants have always been there for me. They've helped me through highs and lows, and they are such a fantastic tool, mentally and emotionally as well, if you're going through stuff, or even just to help you align to your most creative Zen version of yourself. They're wonderful and powerful and magical, and everyone deserves to know how to use them properly. So that's part of also what I like to do. So come and visit us. But thank you, Laura. I know it's tiring to channel, so we'll leave it here for now. And if anyone's interested, head over to kofi.com /108 healing senses if you want to join the botanical membership, and we can connect there. All right, so lots of love to everyone. Thank you so much, and yeah, be sure to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Have a great day too.
You too. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye for now.